Good morning, family. It's Pastor Rick Malloy. Welcome to Truth Pastor TV. Today is Pastor Rick's Rants. I don't know what's going on in the world. There is so much hatred, deceit. You can't get an honest answer out of anybody anymore. Child molestation, child trafficking. It's just disheartening. And why God has let us continue on this long is beyond me. Why do we have to hate? Hatred is such a draining disease on us. What you put out in the world is what comes back to you. If you put love out and positivity, that comes back to you. If you're a person that's got hatred and malice in your heart, that's all that's going to come back to you. As that old saying goes, live by the sword, die by the sword. But you know, it's not just people. It's organizations that are full of lies and deceit and hatred for mankind. Organizations like the CIA, the NSA, Bill Gates, all these people that want to depopulate the earth. Like the people that put up the Georgia Guidestones, they want to bring us down to 500 million people on the earth, saying the earth is overpopulated and there's not enough resources and room on the earth for everybody. Let me tell you this, folks. We could take all 7 billion people and put them all in the state of Florida and have the rest of the world where we can grow crops and farm and grow animals and livestock. So it's all bullshit. I guess maybe the people behind the scene are finding it hard to control 7 billion of us. So maybe if they bring it down to 500 million, they'll get a handle on it. But you know, 50, 60, 70 years ago, 100 years ago, it wasn't like it is now. I mean, how many times, and here's just a for instance. When Clinton got in as president, did the Republicans freak out? Oh my God, Clinton got in. No. When Obama got in, did everybody take to the streets and riot and preach hatred and let's kill Obama and so on and so forth? No. But as soon as Donald Trump got in, people like this Waters woman and other Democrats, Hillary Clinton and Obama and all of them, are calling for Donald Trump's head on a spike. Impeach him, kill him. If you see a Republican in a restaurant, out him. Gather people, shame them, tell them they're not welcome in the restaurant or in the store that they're in or whatever. I have never seen a bunch of more crybaby bullshit people in all my life. fucking Democrats. What a bunch of pussies. It is just shameful, and it's wrong. If you lost, you lost. You rally up for the next time in 2020. But you don't go attacking people that were elected into office and trying to shame them out of stores where they're eating or shopping or walking down the street. Why are you that small and petty, people? It is becoming such a vile, violent world that a lot of people are just scared to stick their head out their door, because you just never know what to expect. You know, if it wasn't for the U.S. going into Iran under the false flag event, or into Iraq, Afghanistan, under pretenses of weapons of mass destruction. It's all a setup, folks. They went in there to test a new chemical weapon, and they tested it, and what happened? Hundreds of thousands of people in the Western world lost their lives. I just don't understand, folks. We've got a war going on against plants. If the government wants to get rid of the black market, here's what they should do. They should get into the drug business themselves, but make good drugs. Let's face it, we already know that hospitals have clinical cocaine. So if somebody wants to do cocaine, give them the good stuff, not the stuff that comes from God knows where, with God knows what kind of over-the-counter and under-the-counter chemicals in it. If you're worried about the amount of deaths from heroin, because people are starting to cut it with fentanyl and a rash of other prescription drugs made by big pharmacy, let me ask you, how does a dealer get so much fentanyl that they can mix it in with their heroin? It's going out the back door of either some pharmacy or some company that makes these drugs. So why not the government just decriminalize all drugs, give them good, safe drugs to use, and give them a place to use it. Like in Vancouver, they have an injection site on Hastings Street. There's medical staff, there's people there watching, making sure people don't OD, and if something does happen, then they're on staff and they have the right stuff there to bring them back from an overdose. Narcan. But if they did that, nobody would be going to buy the shit off the street. Nobody would be going to the dealers, which puts the dealers out of work. Why would they even bother importing stuff from Mexico and all these other countries, knowing that it's cut with all these chemicals, when they can just go to their own government and get better, cleaner, safer drugs? My very first video was "Slavery is Still Alive and Well," and it is. As I mentioned before, who is the government, any religious organization, or any human being to say to another person that you can't put something into your own body? What's next? Are they going to be saying, "Oh, you can't eat tomatoes"? Oh, no, no, no. We found out that tomatoes expand the endorphins in your mind, or some fucking crazy thing like that. It's got to stop. Everybody's protecting the church. And the church is one of the biggest, crookedest organizations in the world. The Catholic Church, Anglican, doesn't matter. They're all the same. They're all in it for the money. And what are they doing with that money? Are they helping people? No, they're building more churches, buying flashier robes, bulletproof cars for the Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church, who, by the way, will get arrested one day here, sometime, for child trafficking, child sacrifices. They're supposed to be promoting love, promoting the teachings of Jesus Christ. Let's face it, folks, there's two rules that we should live by. Love God first, and love each other as you love yourself. Other than that, everything else is bullshit. The whole penal system has to be looked at. When you get a guy like this guy in the States, a government employee that's up for raping 5 boys, faces like 6 months in jail. And a woman who cured her cancer with cannabis is facing life in prison. The whole thing is just a mess. It is completely fucked. Jails should be reserved for violent criminals, murderers, armed robbers, rapists. Just the violent people should be, if you're a violent fuck, you should be thrown in jail and that key thrown away, and you're in there till you're gone forever. If you're out stealing something or doing white collar crime, is jail the best solution? I don't think so. I think put them to work. Make them pay back that money. Same thing with the welfare system. Too many people take advantage of this system because they're too lazy to fucking work. I say this. If you have to go on welfare, put these people to work. I don't care if it's picking up garbage in the city that you live in, if it's mowing the lawn for elderly and handicapped people, shoveling snow, community service. And they get a paycheck. But not this $400 or $500 that a single man is exposed to live on for a month. You can't do it. And that's part of the problem. That's why these people are going out and turning to crime. No person, and I repeat this, no person should be living on under $2,000 a month. If you did that, the people that are having to pick up garbage, mow the lawn, shovel snow, if they don't want to do that, they're going to go out and get a job that they want and make their own $2,000 a month. But give people something they can live on. They don't have to be underhanded. They don't have to lie and steal and rob to get by. And if people choose to take their $2,000 and go out and get stoned with that $2,000 rather than put a roof over their head and food in their belly, then they're fucking shit out of luck. And if they break the law, got to do something with them. But keeping people in poverty, that's perpetuating the problem. Nobody could live on $400 or $500 a month. It's impossible. Unless you want 6 people in a 1-bedroom apartment, which, quite frankly, no landlord's going to allow that. So what's the options? I think if the government tried that, you would see a big change in society. Now, obviously, if you're elderly or you're handicapped and on disability, then that's a different story. But even as it is, what elderly people live on and people that are disabled live on, it's not doable. It's not doable. People are struggling. People are doing without, in some cases, heat so that they can eat. We put the government in to look after us. And instead they're the ones getting rich making more laws and more rules, more control, and it's sickening. What they're doing is a crime. It's a crime against humanity. There are systems out there right now that have been invented and have been around for 50, 60, 70 years that would totally get us off of fossil fuels, coal, gas, oil. We don't need that stuff anymore. We've got power sources. We can run cars on water. It's been proven. But all these patents get bought up by either big car manufacturers or the government, and they're stuck in a vault and locked away, hidden from society. Why do we want to continue to tear the one planet that we all have to live on apart? I don't understand, folks. It's beyond me why they continue this fraud and treat us all like we're just a bunch of fucking morons that don't know any better. I want to thank you for joining me today. I think that everybody should start writing the Prime Minister, the President, your local representative, and demand that changes be made. Either that, or we all have to take to the street and demand change. And if nobody's showing up for work and everybody's out in front of your local legislature demanding change, sooner or later we'll get it. But the government is cutting our balls off. That's what they're doing. They're trying to emasculate men with all this people kind, or you don't have to be a male or a female, or if you don't want to be transgender, if you want to be Generation X, you can. Enough with the fucking political bullshit. Please. We've had it to here. And I've got no hair. Stop already. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button for the next one. Also, if you think I'm just ranting here, if you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at some of my liked videos or some of the channels that I've subscribed to. Do just a little bit more due diligence and have a look at some of the proof that's out there. If you think that I'm lost, that I'm out in space somewhere, the proof is out there. But they are trying to cover it up. Also, if you didn't know, Big Brother is always watching us. And it doesn't matter if you've got these new smart TVs, iPhones, Androids, whatever. The government can hack into that device, and even if your TV is off, they can listen to what you're talking about in your own home. Even if your computer's off or your phone's off, they can listen to you. They can also look into your home through your computer, through your smart TV, through your phone. All you can do is put a little piece of tape across the eye so that they can't see. But if they want to listen in on you, they can. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, my friends. Love ya.